Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out. The air conditioning is working very well, so we're happy for that. This is going to be a really interesting concert. How many of you were here on the Sunday morning that Alvaro showed the MIDI capability of the organ for the first time? If you weren't here, you're in for a really, really interesting treat. He can talk about that and explain it a little bit more. So it's going to be a mixture of piano music and organ music, and organ music coming from programming that's actually from the laptop and things like that, which I knew about the MIDI capability of the organ, but organists don't think about doing what Alvaro is doing with it. I wouldn't think of controlling the pipes by putting programming into a laptop and then feeding it with musical instrument digital interface cable to the organ. If we were going to use it, we would do something very, very different than that. That maybe we'll do someday. But this has been absolutely fascinating for me. And yeah, it's a great open-minded place. Anyway, I'm Mark Dickey, the organist here, in case there's anybody who does not know me. We'll bring on Alvaro in just a second. The program does not have a printed program. It does have a specific order that Alvaro knows. I've seen it. The program will be just about an hour long, maybe just very slightly over an hour, but not too much longer than that. And if you need restrooms at all, they're out this way and then around over in this corner, but you can walk around this way to get there pretty easily. And let's see, what else should we tell you about the program? Alvaro was our audio tech until recently. And of course, with an audio tech, the best job they're doing is if you don't even notice they're there, because everything just works the way it's supposed to. So finding out along the way of him being our audio tech and just running our sound system that he's also an extremely good musician and a very interesting and good composer and a very good pianist, that's something we didn't know until we got to know him a little bit more. So that's been a real treat figuring all that as well. So he'll announce the program as he goes. And we wanted to let you know this program is sponsored by the Board of Cultural Arts here. And we have a number of other programs coming up in September and October. If you just keep an eye on the Pilgrim. If you don't receive our Pilgrim, you can ask us to be on the mailing list for you. It's just a weekly newsletter. It doesn't make you part of a blood cult or anything like that. It's just a harmless little newsletter. And if you keep an eye on the homepage of the church, just go to FirstChurchLB.org. Our upcoming events are also listed here. But briefly, there's going to be a very interesting concert coming up in which two gentlemen will do a couple of piano concertos. One of them will play the piano concerto at the piano, and the other one is going to play the whole orchestral accompaniment made to work for the organ. So that's going to be another sort of magical feat of a different way of using the organ. Another way that you may have seen before if you joined us is we have in late October a silent movie, and this one is going to be the 1910 version, silent version before the one that we all know and love of The Wizard of Oz. And Robert York is going to come back and play a improvised accompaniment for the 1910 version of The Wizard of Oz. And keep an eye on what Landmark is doing and everything that Boca is doing, and come have fun with us and come enjoy the arts with us. So with no further ado, I will bring out our former audio tech and our guest composer for today, Alvaro Teixeira. Please welcome him.
Hello everyone, how are you doing? Thank you so much for coming. I'm Alvaro, been working here for a year running audio at FirstChurchLB, and being very happy being part of this beautiful community. Today I'm doing this sort of farewell concert before I move back to Spain, my home country, and I've prepared a few different pieces that I've been writing over the course of the last 3-4 years. I'm going to start with piano repertoire. So you're going to hear compositions that I wrote in 2019, one of them called Mist, which, to give you an idea, is based on music from the 20th and early 21st century. And then I'll play other improvisation-based pieces. So I'm going to start with that. Thank you. And now I'm gonna play a short piece, an untitled piece that I wrote in 2020, winter of 2020. We were still having COVID isolation, and I was writing that while I got COVID, and I was waiting in my room, hoping that everything would be okay and stuff like that. But it was a good moment to reflect and to sit down and write music, and this is what came out of my mind those days. So there you go. Thank you. I'm gonna finish the piano repertoire with free-form improvisation. This is something I do all the time, just in the piano and just have my mind go wherever it wants to go for an hour, 2 hours, or whatever. And it's very therapeutic. I think piano, and I feel for any of you who has the joy of playing music or doing art of any kind, it feels to me, and I feel it's a shared feeling amongst many people, that your music instrument or the materials you paint with become a soulmate that stays with you forever and that is there with you in all moments of your life. So yeah, when I do these kinds of improvisation, it's a moment to calm down, ground myself, and reconnect with myself, and I wanted to share that with all of you. So this is going to be an improvisation. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing that experience with me. Now I'm gonna switch to different repertoire, different instrumentation, and actually I'm gonna be showing you a soundtrack that I wrote for a short film last year. It was a collaboration with Habiba Hassan, a super talented, super creative film director from Egypt, who happened to go to Cal State Long Beach with me. And we collaborated on this short film called Molohiyya. Molohiyya is an Egyptian dish that always brought my friend Habiba back home, even being here in the US. So it was a short movie about like cultural identity, finding your family even when you're far away from your home, and those topics. And I made a score that includes some experimental sound art and more orchestral sections. And yeah, I'm gonna hop over there and show you in a second. Thank you.
عندي حنين لأيام فاتت من زمان. الوطن جوايا بدور عليه. بحاول أرجع لجذوري. إحساس كبير بالغربة وأنا بعيدة، وحتى لما برجع أنا طير محبوس في أحزانه، مشتاق للحرية.
It seems to me something from my childhood. I don't know it, but inside me I feel like I know.
Thank you so much. That was Molohiyya. It was quite a challenge for me because as a Spaniard, I didn't listen to a lot of 80s Egyptian pop music, but it was cool to get that experience. Before we take a short intermission, I'm gonna show you the last piece of my classical repertoire. In this case, I'm gonna be playing something for the organ, but with a small twist. So I think Mark was talking before about how church organs, these are some of the oldest computers we've seen in history. Massive mechanical computers that at the same time act as music instruments and hold buildings at the same time. And nowadays, organs, some of them come with something called MIDI. MIDI is a protocol that we use as musicians to communicate different pieces of electronic gear together and talk to one another in real time, fast. So it happens that this organ has a small box over there by that door where you can input MIDI to it. You can talk to the organ electronically using this protocol called MIDI. So what I'm going to do is grab my laptop, plug it to the organ, and start sending MIDI to it. And I'm going to send MIDI to it not from a score, but from computer code. This is something called live coding, and it's basically improvising music or visuals with computer code. It's very fun, artistic practice that I recommend you all to try out, because many of the tools that I'm going to be using here today are free to use and open source and open to the public. In this case, I'm going to use a language called Tidal Cycles, but there are some others that are more accessible for beginners. The last song I'm going to play in the concert today is going to be using one of those tools. But yeah, I'm going to start plugging this to the organ, and I'm going to show you my first prelude for live-coded organ. Thank you. Thank you so much. This may be the first piece written for organ control with computer code that I know of, but hopefully more to come in the future. We're gonna have a short intermission, around 15 minutes, and then we'll be back with some more music made with computer code with a different style though. Thank you. H1, there you go. Hello everyone, welcome back. For this second part of the concert, I'm gonna be performing as my solo artist project called Cute Wire. I'm gonna still be making music with live coding, but with a very different flavor. This is more like, I don't know if you've listened to any progressive rock in the past, like bands like Genesis or King Crimson or Animals as Leaders or Meshuggah, stuff like that. So basically people who are very nerdy about wonky rhythms and weird chords and stuff like that, and the more weird you go, the better. So that's kind of what I'm gonna be playing right now. I'm gonna start with a song called Threads. It's about finding yourself in a queer community and exploring your self-esteem while you do that and you find your chosen family. And it's also an inside joke because in programming, when you have threads, you have like multiple processes running at the same time. So anyway, okay, without further ado, here is Threads. Thank you. These threads in our hearts go interwoven, break castles built on violent possessive thoughts. Break me with threats, questioning myself. Let your soul fly without down. Break me with threads, questioning. Break me with threads, questioning. Break me with threads, questioning. Thank you. That was Threads. As you can see, lots of wonky rhythms, weird chords, long sections, stuff like that. This is a project that has been in the works for 3 years now, and I'm beginning to have an EP almost ready to release very soon. So what you're hearing right now is basically what's gonna be released like over the next month. While this is loading, I just wanted to say thank you to First Congregational Church of Long Beach for allowing me to be here today. As you may know, I'm leaving the US soon, but I'm trying to come back and get an artist visa. And for that, you need to have a strong case, good portfolio, and a list of performances that you've done. And being able to say I've performed in this beautiful space is absolutely priceless. So very thankful to the Reverends, very thankful to Mark, to all the tech crew helping today, running audio and lights and making sure everything is coordinated. So yeah, and importantly, thanks to all the audience, to all of you for being here. Thank you so much. This next song is a song about finding opportunities in LA as an artist, moving somewhere new, and realizing how, on top of those opportunities that you get access to, you need to work on yourself and on your self-esteem to be able to fully explore your life as a musician, because we're emotional, very emotional human beings, and our emotions play such a crucial role in how we develop our art. So it's a song about those things, and it's called Aire, which means air in Spanish, which is what I identify with. If I had to pick an element, it would be air. Okay, thank you. soy aire. Keep me free, so hard, hammered over time, to never be like them. So what's this cursing me through the cracks, keeping me from between the stars? Expectations burn out, cannot wait to the start. What can try, thinking they can escape the look out and leave. What's and try, even if they just made the how we tell them. What's and try, thinking they can escape the look out and leave. What's and try, even if they just made the how we tell them. Crawling insecure, my complete nowhere. For all my life I've been so imperfect. Could be unexciting possibility. A shoulder crushing burden, so eager, scared, broken child screaming for help to begin. Para ser libre debo creer en mí, en mí, en mí. Soy aire, Thank you so much. Quite a wild breakdown at the end, inside with the rest of the music that I'm about to play right now. This next song is called Hyperbole, which I have a tendency to name things in Spanish, I don't know why. Hyperbole is Spanish for hyperbole. So when I was finding a title for this song, I was trying to find an exaggeration because I was trying to go as crazy as I could with these technologies. So this song has some form to it, but it also has a solo at the end where I'm going to be just improvising patterns, rhythmical patterns, and see where that takes me. So let's see how that goes. This is Hyperbole. I was going to say, in the near future, I'm going to start a crowdfunding campaign because to get my immigration lawyers to work on my artist visa case, I need to find $6,000 to $7,000 under a rock, casually on the street. I may be able to do that, but I may also start a fundraiser just in case. So I will post about it on my Instagram, which you can find as Alvaro, my name, alvaro.makes.music. I can show you on the screen right now. Can you see it on the screen? Alvaro.makes.music on Instagram, and you can also reach out to me at alvaromakesmusic.com. Thank you so much. This is Hyperbole. Thank you. Okay, that was the second to last song in today's concert. And I'm gonna be loading my last song. This is a cover of a band that I really love called the Meshuggah. I don't know if anyone is familiar with them. They are known for playing very intricate rhythms with down-tuned 8-string guitars, to give you some context. So this is a very dreamy song. I still don't fully understand what the lyrics mean, but it's very cool, and it's called Shed. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for coming today.
float through physical thoughts. I stare down the abyss of organic dreams. Oh, beds of I plunge only to find that self is shed.
Thank you so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Long Beach. I hope you had fun, and I'm wishing you the best. I hope I can be back soon. Besos. Gracias.
It's been a real pleasure. Thank you so much for all the time you spend with us and sharing your many, many various talents. I have a feeling we'll be hearing from you again in some way, shape, or form. We have a little something for you. It's a farewell card, and inside also you're going to find something that might give you a little bit of a start on paying and financing for that O1B visa that we want to see you get and come back and spend more time with us here in the United States and preferably here in California and preferably here in Long Beach. So all the best to you and thank you again.
Thanks everyone. Love you.